Chances are, if you clicked on this video, you have made some money in your business, which if so, congratulations. Or maybe you're just kind of vision boarding and making a plan for your business in the future. Whatever the case, it's super important to first make money, but then know what to spend that money on. Obviously, you want to keep a lot of it in the business, you want to pay yourself, but once you've done those things, what do you do with the money? That's what I want to talk about today. I'm going to share my best investments that I've made in my business. I would say the best investment, hands down, that I've made in my business is honestly going to be the mastermind that I'm a part of. So I joined a mastermind. This is my second year in it. And it was a little bit of an investment. It wasn't huge, but it's a few $1,000s for the year. And yeah, it was a bigger investment for me. At the time, I wasn't really, raking in the dough, if you will. So a few $1,000s and I paid it up front. That was a big investment for me. And I'll be honest with you, after the first year, I was like, thinking about canceling. I was like, I don't know. I didn't get to make a lot of the sessions. I didn't, really feel like I made the most out of it. It wasn't that I didn't like it. I just felt like I was really busy. But when I looked at my numbers in my business and when I looked at how I applied the teachings that I did sit on, I was like, hold on, maybe this is actually working. And in addition to that, having the relationships that I have built up through that mastermind, not just with my coach, but also with the other members, is really helpful because honestly, you guys, entrepreneurship is scary. It is lonely, it is confusing. And so finding people that you can really relate to is very hard. So anyway, I have found that really helpful. And if you don't know what a mastermind is, it's a group of other people who are like you, who are, maybe in similar stages of business as you or do similar things as you. And there's a lot of different ways you can organize it. In my mastermind, there were classes that are taught by the coach. And then we also have group calls. There's resources and a message board and things like that. So that's a great investment. If you're looking for a mastermind, by the way, I do have one. And right now I'm offering it for 50% off. I'll leave a link down below, but we do all of those same things. We do group calls where we all get on camera, including myself, and just chat through what's new in our business, what's going on in our business. We also do master classes where I'll teach about a topic, like I'm teaching about pricing in the next couple weeks, a pricing workshop. We'll also have guest instructors. So there's going to be a guest topic on websites and what your website needs in the next couple weeks. So that is available for you if you need it, but you also do not need to choose mine. If there is a coach, if there is a content creator out there that you really like and that you really resonate with, it doesn't have to be me. See if they offer a mastermind and that might really help your business. Okay, the next one that I'm going to say might be a little funny, but it's a camera. I create a lot of content and you can do a lot with your phone. You really can. And this is my advice to you. If you're looking to start creating content, start on your phone. Assuming you have an iPhone or, a newer smartphone, a Pixel or something like that, you can totally start your first couple of videos on your phone. See if you like it, see if video works for you, and then invest. But I don't need to call in a videographer. I can do everything in my home. And I feel really empowered to create good content, which really fuels my business. It's really the backbone of my business. I am a big believer in long form content. I love having fun with Instagram and TikTok. Well, I actually don't love having fun with TikTok, but I'm putting it on my to-do list to start doing some TikToks. So I love having fun with those things. But the backbone, the heart of my business is long form content. It's YouTube content for me. For you, it might be a blog or a podcast or something like that, but cameras really help with all of those things, truthfully. And I think investing in a good one, if you're going to make content marketing a big part of your client acquisition strategy and your brand building strategy, is really important. I'll leave some equipment that I recommend down below. Next investment that is so amazing, so truly amazing. You guys have heard me talk about it before. It's a proper CRM system. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Manager or management tool. I use HoneyBook. There's a lot of them out there, so you can test them out, see which one you like the best. But I personally am very, very partial to HoneyBook, and I've tried pretty much all of them. I will leave my link down below for that. It'll get you 50% off, which is a fantastic deal because HoneyBook is not that expensive. And it's such a big part of your business. What HoneyBook contains for me is all my email templates. Just for that alone, it's worth it, because when I think back about how much time I used to spend copying and pasting old emails, searching in Gmail for, old emails and copying that for a new client and figuring out like different processes. Oh my gosh, that time alone is worth the small amount of money that I pay for that tool. But there's also proposals in there, which again are templatized. So you don't need to like create new proposals anymore. You just plug in different numbers. It also gives your clients a client portal, which I just think is a little more professional than, hey, like, here's this Google Drive folder, There's nothing wrong with that. We got a bootstrap in the beginning. That's what I did. But it definitely adds an air of professionalism to your contracts. And especially for me, when I stepped further into the coaching space and I started working one-on-one with coaching clients, I felt like having that more professional portal really made a little bit more sense. So huge benefit to my business, and it really was not a huge investment at all. Okay, the next one, this one is kind of like, a lot of people ask, who should they hire first? Truthfully, hiring is going to look different for different people. I personally go by the idea of hiring for your weaknesses. So there are certain things that I don't know how to do or that I'm not good at, and those are the things I'm going to hire for, versus trying to find like a mini me who's good at all the same things as me. We're fighting over projects, right? So that's my theory on it, at least. But even deeper than that, I do think that there's a couple people who you probably should at least have a conversation with first, and that is a lawyer, which I'm really excited. I'm actually going to be talking with one on the podcast on Friday, so stay tuned. We'll talk more about that. But the second one is an accountant and or a bookkeeper, somebody who can help you with legal stuff and somebody who can help you with finances. So I put that one of the best business investments I made was my accountant / really my bookkeeping team. And I want to explain what the difference is. A bookkeeper helps you with your day-to-day and month-to-month kind of finances. So they get in and they balance my books. So they see how much money came into my business account and they see where it came from. But they also help me understand what's working and what's not working in the business. So they'll be able to analyze that data and say, okay, like most of your revenue is coming from this area. Nothing's coming from this. Why are you still offering this? And they really help you make informed, data-driven decisions. An accountant, they pretty much get things ready for you at the end of the year for taxes and quarterly taxes. So they'll go through those balanced books and they'll say, okay, this is how much money she made. This is like the tax bracket she's in. Here's these write-offs she has, blah, 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 blah. Here's what you owe. So it's really hard to do that on your own. I mean, I did my own business taxes like the first year. I mean, I barely made anything, so it was doable and it was not a huge risk. Like I was like, I don't know, if I mess something up, it's not enough money to probably be a huge deal. But once I started to make, a true full-time income and a decent income, I was like, I don't know what to do with these numbers. This freaks me out. And it's really easy to mess up and it's just really hard. And it's also a lot of work going in every month and reconciling, balancing your books, all that stuff. I mean, it takes math, it takes time, it takes eye strain. It's just a lot. So yeah, I definitely recommend it. One, for the reason of like not getting on Uncle Sam's bad side and making sure that you're paying the right amount of taxes and you're reporting all your income and stuff. But also, and probably more importantly, well, maybe not more importantly, but just as importantly, is knowing where to put your energy. Being able to have those breakdowns of where your money is coming from so you can decide and, like I said, make data-driven decisions on where you're going to put your energy to make more money. Okay, and then the last investment that I made that I'm super happy about is this space, honestly, my office space. When you get to a point in entrepreneurship, if you're anything like me, I was working at my kind of kitchen table. Like I didn't even have a real kitchen table. It was like a hybrid between a desk and like a bar. And that's where I was shooting all my content, where I was, doing all my work, taking all my calls. And again, just like the HoneyBook thing, there was a point where I was like, I need to be more professional for my clients. Like I want them to feel like they're coming into my office when they get on a Zoom call with me. And I also just needed space to do stuff, like to create content and have more upgraded equipment. Like I have a microphone above my head, you guys. Like I couldn't do this in my bedroom like I was once filming in my bedroom. And so having space is really important. And there's a lot of different ways that you can get more space. There's co-working spaces. I've tried those. I didn't like them. Personally, I'm very introverted. And so I was like, I don't know, at the end of the day, I like working in leggings and slippers and not having to talk to anyone until I get on a call. So that wasn't a good fit for me. But if you are very extroverted and if you do really miss that day-to-day interaction, then that could be a great option for you. I also looked into renting my own private office, which I actually think would have been a good idea for me, but luckily I'm so glad I listened to my intuition because I almost did that. And it was March of 2020 when I almost signed that lease. And we all know what happened in March of 2020. And I wouldn't have been able to go to that office for like months, if not a year. So I'm really glad I didn't do that, but maybe down the road that is something that I will explore again. When I decided not to go with that private office, I was like, okay, let's see how much it costs to upgrade our apartment. And so we got an extra bedroom into our apartment. And again, if you work with your accountant, they might be able to write off some of that space too. So it doesn't even make a huge difference in your regular budgeting. But it's really, really important to have a good space where you can really thrive. For some people, maybe it's outside. For some people, maybe they do like to work in their living room or their kitchen. Whatever works for you, that's great. But for me, it was not working, my old method. All right, so let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you. What are some of the best business investments that you've made? I'm very curious to know. And again, I will link a bunch of my recommendations down in the description box if you want to check those out and kind of shop my list. I will talk to you very soon for a new video. Like I said, come back on Friday. I've got a podcast coming up with an attorney, and it is going to be a very, very good one. Talk to you then, and have a great rest of your day. Bye.